Please.
So you're going like this all the time, right? Going like this. But
Might not be that good.
but see how your arm is, okay? Now, what I would do is pull my arm slightly in, so that when I'm pulling back, my arm is just being blocked by my body. So you just physically can't get all. So it's a mechanical thing that just helps. I don't know if I know.
Yeah. So again, everybody's body's a little different, right? So you got to learn your body. The other thing too, like you feel like these banks are all of a sudden now that people are figuring out, okay, I'm taking away all the straights, and now they're just hitting banks on me left and right. Number one, don't panic. In order to progress and get to the highest parts, or the highest levels of this game, a lot of us have to take a few steps back to go forward. And this is a big thing, because everybody here has created habits, whether they're good or bad, right, in just the amount of time that you've played. And you've got to, you can walk away from this and say, you know what, this guy's full of shit, you know what he's talking about. I mean, he's playing stuff when they had black and white TV, that's when he was good. I mean, it's, everybody can believe that kind of stuff and understand it, but these things, like I said, they've been proven over time. The current players, the top players, they're doing this. I promise you that. I've worked with every one of them for the most part. Tim's worked with every one of them. These are we gladly and love passing all this information along, because I grew up. You want to. So. And Tim can agree with me on this. Like, I don't miss winning world championships as much as I miss being able to play at that level we played at. Level was so beautiful. It was just like, I always call it high quality H2O, and it was just such an amazing feel, like to literally be able to do anything and everything you wanted on the table at any given moment, and like you were just. You could see everything on the table. It was just almost in slow motion. There was nothing too fast, nothing too. I mean, the way you could manipulate the puck, it was just a beautiful thing. And I missed that. Missed that tremendously. And we want that for all of you guys, right? Whether that comes with 1 million wins like it has for Colin, or it just comes with being able to actually compete with somebody like him and actually go back and forth with these exchanges on the table. That's a freaking awesome feeling, and I really wish I could just put that on a platter and sell it to everybody, because it's a beautiful thing. And unfortunately, it takes a lot of hard work to get it, but the fact that it does take so much hard work, I think you appreciate it a whole lot more. And I know we miss it, and like I said, I hope everybody here can get that little piece of it. Okay, so back to the defense. Sammy, did that answer your question, though, for you concerning that? Yeah. So yes, your balance is good, right? We got balance. We got your centering. We're blocking. We're pulling back to the proper spaces. We're not over pulling and coming all the way back to the goal. We don't have to. We're making sure we move one direction or another, based on the position of the puck over here, right? And the other thing is too, just the big, one of the biggest things, you got to just relax, right? Relax. Have a relaxed grip on defense. It's so quick and so easy, man. It's a big moment. The winner of this is going to have a chance to finish top 10 in the sport. Oh my God. No, don't freaking get all tense. Relax. Relax your arm. Be ready to move any direction, but the wrist is good and relaxed. It's going to help consume that impact to help give you a greater chance of consuming that force that they're going to be hitting it with, and actually retain that possession, because it's about possession time, right? Building up in time. If you build up enough possession time, eventually you're going to break through your opponent's defense.
Question: you say to be relaxed here on defense. Is it like? Would you say it's loose, or would you say it's just not tense?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I wouldn't say loose. I'd say not tense.
Just not tense.
Yeah, yeah. So for me, it was always not tense because, and Tim could probably tell y'all, like, when I first got into sport, you know, even though I wasn't effective, I was very intense. Like, I just, like, because I grew up playing all the other sports, you know, football and everything else, and to me, that was, this is how you compete, you know, you gotta, and air hockey is intense, but at the same time, it's a controlled intensity. And those are the things you kind of have to understand. And the best analogy I can come up with to people is like, you know, how I learned that in football was, you know, when the whistle blew and the ball was snapped, it was like you're trying to kill people. It was nuts. I mean, you're literally trying to take somebody's head off. And I know oh, bad, you know, nobody talks about that now. But that's how it was back then. You freaking knock somebody's head off and you were trying to get a snot bubbler, you know, or you hit somebody and the snot comes out of the back of their throat and hit you in the face. And that was like a moment of pride. This is what we did. Yeah. Anyways, but you, right after that play's done, you immediately are focused on the job. You're immediately focused on, you know, the controlling it. You're controlling like the next play, right? You're talking about how you're going to set up, how you're going to defend yourself. So that control you can lose. If you lose that control, you're opening up a door for your opponent, right? And there's no difference here. You know, if you start focusing on things that you can't control, you know, I can't tell you how many times people, they'll want to change. To me, the mallet doesn't matter, the puck doesn't matter. None of that crap matters to me. It's like, I don't care what side I start on. Those are things that mean nothing. To me, I'm just like, it's just about, you know, where the puck is and how it's that initial direction. That's all I want to focus on. And all this other stuff, you know, the antics or they want to complain about a call, whatever, let's just get back to playing. Give them the puck, that's fine, let's go. And it was always my mindset. And I think that if you have that perception, that kind of focus, it'll help you in the long run, you know, because let the little things get to you, you know. I mean, and I'm not saying I've been innocent where I've never let that, of course I have. I mean, I've played and I've gotten pissed off about something that has nothing to do with anybody in the whole room, you know, and you just make a fool of yourself when you do that. And I've done it, been there, done that. It's not things that you're proud of, but it's, you know, what you can be proud of is how you come back the next time and you show better, right? You do better. But yes, so a relaxed grip, not a firm, strong grip, but a relaxed grip, but still, like, in other words, if somebody hits your mallet, it's not going to just go flying because you're not barely touching it, right? It's not that way, but you're going to consume it out of the impact, and then you can try to catch it, right? So again, the next thing is trying to catch these pucks, right? Practice, practice, practice. And all this stuff is so much practice to do that. And, you know, again, a lot of that starts with your balance, right? So if I'm properly balanced and I block a shot, now my body is throwing myself forward. My legs are going to start throwing my body forward. When my body's going forward, it's a whole lot easier for my arm to go out there. Versus if I'm still going back, my arm ain't going to go very far out, right, to try to catch a puck. So, you know, so again, building a type of those kind of muscle memories that, you know, you automatically know the shot, then go out and catch it. So it's kind of like different phases of it, right? And keep in mind that just because they shoot a shot, right? So it banks, like, I don't want everybody to get in this habit, like, the second they shoot it, my body's going forward and my arm's going back, you're kind of now, you're hurting your own self. Because if your body's going forward and your arm's going back, you're actually, you know, you're making it more difficult for your arm to get back, right? For a bank. So keep that in mind. And the other thing is too, that's how the double banks work on people, right? So if somebody hits a double bank, well, that first bank and somebody has that habit of going forward to try to catch it, well, the second bank's just now happening, and it goes in. Pete's over there laughing because he's all excited. He loves hitting the double banks. Oh, Lord. Heaven help this child. Anyways, um, so yeah, so that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I mean, look, it's there are other instances, like again, you may want to charge, but it's a rare thing and it's a strategic thing, and it's got to be something that they're not expecting. I've gone years without charging, and then all of a sudden I charge, and I may charge multiple times in that same game. And they'll be like, "What the hell?" Because it catches them off guard. Because number one, if you're playing proper defense, there's no need for it, right? And there's been 2 times that I've charged that come to mind that I felt the need and just felt like I needed to do it, and had success. One of those was in 2003. 2003, Ehab Shukri won the world championship, and he and I played a challenge match. And it was the first set, and it was match point or set point either way in the first set. And I charged it and scored on it to take that set, and ended up winning that challenge match 4-1. And Ehab was playing ridiculously lights out at that time. His offense was crisp, very, very, people say boring, but very disciplined offense, where he would just set it up very consistently and hit good, hard, crisp shots. So he was very difficult to defend and to maintain that level of defense. And his defense was ridiculously off the charts at that point in time. You talk about not being able to score straight. He was the example of that. And my goal every set was just to get one straight shot, if that tells you anything. And if I did that, I know I would have them. That's how it was. And so there was that, and it worked, and then I guess I did it in the Carter Cup. So I think a lot of people remember that one. That was on our current world champion, Colin Cummings. So again, just felt like he was owning not just me, but everybody that entire day with that shot. And I think in that format, it just was perfect to do it. So I knew it was coming. And yeah, that's the only reason I did it. And it worked, and thank God it got him off the table, because he would have scored on me if it had not. Because I can't even keep up with the puck. He is at those so damn fast these days. Anyways, but outside of that, like I said, it's creating that foundation for guys. So it's building from it, And there's nothing that says that you guys can't take this stuff to the next level and do something that I'm not even thinking of, or any of us aren't thinking of. There's nothing saying that you guys can't do that. We want to see that. I would love to see it. I want to learn from, right? But this has worked for a very long time. It's something that, has evolved throughout the years, and there's a reason that it's effective. There's a reason that it works. And again, just, don't be a victim when you're on defense, right? You actually need to be the one that dictates what the offense can do, right? Stop being a victim. Victim gets on there and they're just like, oh my God, they're going to hit this. I don't know what I'm going to block. No, you get up there and say, I know what I'm going to block. Let's see if they're going to figure it out, right? And force them to hit something else. And it may be somebody that, you know that for whatever reason they struggle hitting a right wall under. So I'm going to block everything else but the right wall under, or maybe they can't hit a cut straight to save their life. Not many people cannot hit a cut straight. Most people can, but maybe they can't. Well, I'm just going to sit on the cross, right? So it's just having that kind of mindset, and you want to force them to hit something that they're not as good at hitting. So know your opponents, understand what they're capable of. There's a lot of players these days that can hit pretty much every shot, but can they do it consistently, right? That's the question, right? So can they do it consistently? Can they do it from all over the table, right? You understand that. See, when you're looking at somebody playing on offense, I can look and pretty quickly tell you if they really, really know what they're doing on offense or not. And I can tell you because they'll hit all the shots, but they'll hit them all from different spots on the table. Like, oh, I'm going to hit my right wall overs, but they're always quadrant, up, right around here. Or my right wall under is always going to be from further back on the table or further on left, something along those lines. So players, they've developed those muscle memories, and those actually work against you, right? You've got to develop your offense, and this is a whole other seminar, sorry, but you got to develop your offense where you're hitting every shot from a certain location and make them all look the same, and then change up the spots and be able to do the exact same thing again. And then not just your, all the shots, but different releases for the exact same shots, different speeds for the exact same shots, different speeds of releases, different speeds of the shot itself. All that makes a difference. And it's all about trying to fool the defense, right? So again, keep defense simple, keep it stupid, right? That's all it is. Keep it simple, stupid. All right, guys, that's all. Anything else? Good? All right. Sorry.